Hey, baby! Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Happy New Year! And yeah, apparently this is gonna be my first upload for this year, guys. Hope you really enjoyed your year and that we're not really gonna listen to older people who don't really give us sense, right? Yeah, which brings me to the topic of today. What makes an older person think that they are smarter than everyone else? Does it really make sense to listen to someone who doesn't have completion of their studies, like fundamental, like base studies? Remember, here in South Africa, our mother's grades ended up couple mastering at 7, but now, cause everybody's have upgraded the grades, you can end up to grade 12, right? Yeah, but my question is, some of our parents, because it was back then, they never really finished matrix and all that, you see, which was Senate 6, right? Some completed and some became teachers and nurses and all that, right? Yeah, but my question here is, how come all those guys didn't really go or really didn't bother to go to school, think they know everything? Like, if you want to do something, be like, nah, with my experience, wada yada yada, blah blah, and whatever and all that, which they never really took them that far, and based on that, they want to give you an advice. How come is that, guys? I really don't understand it, because what I realize is that a lot of older people who gives advice, they give it out of bad intentions. Most of them, obviously not all of them. And when they give advice, they force it onto you. Be like, no, this is what I did. You gotta go step in my shoes and yada yada and whatever. But we're not the same people, guys. We were not born the same. Even though we're from the same families, we're not the same people. We'll never be the same at all, guys. It's just impossible for us to be the same people and experience the same experiences in life, you know? So why do older people have to be like, no, I went to church. You gotta follow on these footsteps for you to have the same experiences I had. I mean, church came after, right? Yeah, church was a way of people wanting to praise God and all that. But then again, not everybody is religious, you see. I don't think Jesus was a pastor. He was a healer of all ages. So, why should people be forced to go to church? Follow on our families' footsteps. That's what's confusing to me at all. Because if you really don't listen to them, they'll be like, no, this guy is Breaking Bad. He doesn't want to follow what our family did and all that. Where you don't really have to do that. You have to be different. I'm up for everyone celebrating their differences, really, and not be the same as everybody else, like bags in a potato bag, you know, potatoes in a sack, they're all the same, you see what I mean, same color, same all that, so yeah, with this new year, how about we all do what we wanna do, with you doing something that you really wanna do, and that you really love, if it feels good in your chest, why don't you just do it without even asking an advice from a family member or anything like that, and hit them with the element of surprise, guys? I mean, that's my question. Why would you want to be the same as your family? Why would people want the same for their little brothers or their little sisters? Is it out of spite? Or is it just out of pure caring about them? Because what I know is that if you care about someone, you're not going to impose your beliefs on them, right? Yeah, religious people came after, this whole thing, when they decided, now, this is how we're going to praise our God. So we're going to do it like Christians way does it. And others chose to be Muslims, and others chose to be whatever they want to do, which is not wrong. That's how they do things, right, guys? Yeah, but what if you don't feel like going to these churches and be part of them because like they impose this thing on you and you have to be a member and conform to whatever they do, even though like you know in your heart like, no, I don't feel good by going to this church and all that, and you end up being depressed even going to church, guys. I just don't understand why people get to impose their beliefs on other people, you know. That's my very first question. Like, when you came in this world, you were not part of a religious group until you were christened by church, or some would say Bahuba and all that, you know. I don't know for what. Because you're born blessed anyway, right? Yeah, and well, like they put hands on you, you know. And yeah, and you become this part of this member of the church, and yeah, if ever you have gifts, yeah, you work for the church and you massage these people, and yeah, you prophesy for these people, but you can do that on your own. They use your spirituality to control you and make you be where they want you to be, you know? Because like sometimes these dreams, they get to show us where we are going, you know? Your own dreams. Like if you go and tell it to the pastor, they will like, no, this guy here is gifted and we can use them in this way for the church to benefit from him. But are you going to be benefiting for your life? That's my question. I don't trust these pastors because a whole lot of people don't just use the Bible to do their stuff. Yeah, I wish everybody did that. Whoever who is doing that, kudos to you guys, because like this is super good. But recently I had this encounter with the Archbishop who actually was forcing me to be in the church and probably wanted to date in the church, because what I realized is that these preachers, they choose, like if you have people in church and they want to go out with you because you see the people's secrets and now they want to see you, they want to use you, and yeah, to do their dirty work or like steal your gifts or something like that, you know. So yeah, like that's what I was waking up today and I figured, hey, wow, let me just record something today about these churches. Like these churches really, like, they puzzle me a lot, guys, you know. Like if you don't go to church, people take you otherwise. Hey, he doesn't go to church, she doesn't go to church, what kind of person is that? But we were not born going to church. You see what I mean? If you are not born going to church and you start conforming to other people's beliefs and ways, they might stop you on your way, right? On your way on how to live your life. Like, we know God is in all of us, right? Yes. And whatever you do, if it doesn't feel good on your chest, it's not good, right? That's actually how I do it, how I live my life. Like, I wouldn't just go around disrespecting people, you know? Unless, yeah, I'm standing up for myself or just being myself, you know? But I am really against this thing of forcing someone's beliefs onto others. Like, you know, it's really not a normal thing to do. Like, I've never really tried to do that myself, but I wish everybody stops doing it, guys. That's the whole point here. People should just live their life the way they want to, because I believe in churches that there's competition and a whole lot of it, where you can be better than the pastor because the pastor wants to date women in this church. Well, there are women pastors too. No gender applied here. Like, they can be women pastors too, but mostly I see guys pastors always wanting to date from the church and abuse their position because I am the bishop. I am the Archbishop of this church. This is my church. The apostles and all that, hey? So is it fair? Like, if you don't wanna conform to their churches, yeah, somebody just hates on you, you know? Like, I know if they're mixing it with muti to enhance their gifts or not, like, or if they are praying to some, let's call them, like, I don't know, like, the dark side of life, you know? Because, yeah, there's a whole lot of people worshipping the dark side of life, right? Where there is the light side of life, you know? Yeah, I mean, like, is it worth it that you are gonna be in a position where you are respected while you're still doing voodoo and hoodoo and dark magic on people? Like archbishops and all that, especially the apostle ones. That's what my confusion is at. Like, why do you want to start a church and start voodoo on your people? Like, if you say, no, I want to see this person's future, and if you see that this person's future is really brighter than yours, you want to exchange your position with them and make them something they're really not meant to be. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, God gifted us whatever we are to us because He knew that this person will never do witchcraft or voodoo to somebody else to hurt them or anything like that, you know. So that's my question. Why are archbishops so selfish? Why are them so selfish and really forcing people to do and conform to their wicked ways? Is it a fair thing to do to a human being? Because we are here to learn. We are all here to learn. And if someone is spiritual and doesn't want to go to church, yeah, they shouldn't have to be called these hideous names like demonic or a witch or anything like that, you know? Yeah, because whoever who's be starting to call other people's names and all that, right? Like, in calling themselves the archbishops and the leaders in churches and all that, is it really fair? I mean, like, would you like attend a church where somebody is doing sacrifices with other people's children? I mean, you're gonna go and sell your soul to a crossroads demon and run a church. Is it possible? What kind of church is that? And what happened to praying to Jesus, to God, like the main man? Like, He's always giving us blessings and all that. Like, the moment you turn your eyes from Him, how do you expect to live well without problems in your life when you know you have sold your soul to these dark entities, guys? I mean, imagine putting muti onto someone else's food, guys. Is it what makes people do all these things that are so not right at all? No, that's my question, really, you know? Like, and mostly, like, it's more like most of the people are conformed to that, and it's a normal thing for them to do, you know? Yeah, that's why, like, it's not really a good idea to just conform to churches without even really knowing what kind of churches is, how did it start and all that and whatnot, you know? Yeah, I mean, like, is it really fair to just conform to a church and then now you say, yay, I'm a church member, and then you just go to church without not knowing the history of the church or the person or anything like that? Yeah, so, like, let's start this year by really finding out what is up with us, what we conform to, what we put ourselves into, and yeah, like, it's only fair that you know what type of contract you get yourself into before you conform to any church or any advice or any voodooist or witchcraft people out there, you know, for you not to repeat the cycles. It's not nice really repeating cycles and learning and coming back to earth again and learning the same cycles you were supposed to learn, like when you were living before you reincarnated, you know? Yeah, like there is things like reincarnation, guys. No, I believe in that anyway. Because if you don't learn, you're gonna come back here again and try and learn again the same old lesson. You know, unless your soul evolve and yeah, you be a better person. You know, yeah, you can end up like helping a whole lot of people out here. So guys, I'm getting bitten out here and I just got up and yep, I'll surely make another video tomorrow. Well, wishing you love and light and